Hey, hello everyone. I hope you are having an amazing day. I wanted to talk a little bit about habits. Every time, we talk about habits, at least when I talk about habits with my clients, everybody kind of gets all squeamish and everything, because not only do we want to talk about some of the bad habits that we have, but also some of the good habits we can create. And habits or help us to be disciplined when we build good habits, okay? They help us to create a routine. They help us to be more disciplined. They help us to get stuff done when we have these good habits, okay? When we have bad habits, they can get us completely off track and send us down a path of overwhelm and stress and, just not getting stuff done and ultimately feeling bad about it, right? And, habits can go anywhere from smoking cigarettes to drinking coffee in the morning to drinking diet soda, to learning how to set goals, being regimented about our workouts, making sure that we get our exercise in or we meditate every day, whatever that looks like, okay? Having a morning routine or an evening routine, whatever it looks like. But whatever we set up with these habits will help to either keep us on track, like I said, or help us achieve more, or totally derail us from what it is that we are looking to achieve and the results that we're looking to achieve. And the number one habit that I want to talk to you about today, that over my 10 plus years, 10 years owning my own business and working with small business owners, as well as over my 20 plus years working with entrepreneurs and small business owners in corporate America, the number one habit that I have seen most people won't commit to is creating a plan for the day that they can stick to and actually writing it down. This is my favorite planner here, the Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. It is the number one thing that I get people telling me all the time, and it's so opposite, but they'll tell me, I have no time to get stuff done. I'm struggling. I'm overwhelmed. I don't have enough time in a day. I can't get anything. I can't accomplish anything. But at the same time, when I'm telling them, it would be great to do this and this is how you do it, they kind of go in the same thing. I don't have time to do it. I don't want to do it. It's too much work. It's too much time. And the thing is that if you do not create a plan for the day, you let other people determine what your schedule is going to look like and what you need to do for the day. And time again, I have seen people who get up in the morning. I used to be one of these people. They get up in the morning, they jump right into email, and they go to work, and they might have some kind of a planner. They might jot some notes down. They head into work, and they proceed to write out this long list, this long to-do list that's probably 500,000 lines long, thinking they're going to accomplish everything. But since they check their email first thing, and since they because as soon as you check your email, things start to add to your to-do list, right? Because you get on everybody else's agenda. And you start thinking about those things, you start reacting to those things, and then you get into work or you go into your home office or whatever it looks like, and people start asking questions. So you start going into, putting out fires or answering emails or answering questions or getting diverted here or diverted there. And what happens at the end of the day? You didn't get anything done, right? So the number one thing, and I see it all the time, people who start working with me and they're telling me, or people who I've worked with, they still, like when I say, give me your planner, and they're like, oh, okay, and they bring it out. People don't want to create a plan for themselves for the day. And when we're able to do this, when we're able to take control over what it is that we're going to do or what it is that we're not going to do, That is how we can really start to take responsibility for the things that are happening in our business, as well as fully commit to the results that we want to achieve. So if you are one of those people who is like, oh my gosh, I do not like to use planners. I get this all the time. People immediately, they haven't even tried it, and they're like, no, I can't use a planner. That's not my thing. Can't do it. My answer to you is, if you want to achieve the impossible, if you want to achieve your goals for the year, get yourself a planner. Get yourself some kind of a planner. And to be quite transparent here, I actually used to use a planner on my phone. And what I found out is that because checking your phone constantly is a big source of distraction, okay, which is what I got into the habit of doing, was constantly checking, my phone until my husband disabled all my notifications. But constantly checking my phone, and I was checking my schedule on here. I said, you know what? I'm not using a digital thing on my phone anymore to plan out my day and keep my tasks. I'm going to start using paper. Okay, some kind of a paper planner. And over the years, I've tried all different kinds. But the key is, and there is something neuroscience, neurological, whatever, about getting ideas and tasks and things that you need to do from your head and writing them on paper that will help you to make them become real. But the key thing is that planning our day, planning your week, okay, it needs to become a habit. And they say, it takes like 21 days, 30 days to make something a habit. I like to tell people when we start this process and people are like, groaning because they need to do this. One of the things that I tell people is, we are going to take a habit that you love, which could be, like I said, morning routines, drinking coffee, whatever it looks like, something that you love to do in the morning. Could be drinking coffee. Let's say coffee is your thing. And pair it with something that you don't want to do, which is sitting down and actually planning your day. And that is how we can start to take that habit that we're trying to build, which is a positive habit, and we think it's something that we don't like to do, but we end up, more often than not figuring out that we love it and it helps us and it makes things happen. But pairing it with something that we love to do, so that eventually we can actually make it part of our routine and it becomes a good habit of ours that helps us to achieve more. So my process for creating my daily plan actually starts on a Sunday. And it starts with a big, giant brain dump of what it is that I need to do for the week. So from the standpoint of meetings, appointments that I have, kind of taking a look at that and planning it into the calendar and into the days that are in my planner. Okay, so like Monday, Tuesday, I just go through and I literally lay out when I have appointments, when I have meetings, stuff like that. When we have dinner, when we have, whatever. Then what I do is I literally will brainstorm out. I will look at my goals and say, okay, what do I need to do this week to move these goals forward? And I only pick 3 things. I pick 3 things that I need to get done during the week, or like what my kind of weekly goals are, like 3 big things. Okay. And then what I do is I actually look at those 3 big goals that I want to accomplish this week. And I say, okay, what are the 3 small things that I need to do every day this week to move this forward? And I plan all of those out. And then everything else, all the random tasks and things that I need to do, kind of gets listed out and shuffled in. And whatever you don't get done goes to the next day. Okay? But the 3 big things that I want to get done for that day, those are the things that I focus on first, instead of checking email first thing, scrolling through social media, which I know many, many people do that. Many people have that as a giant distraction, and social media is built specifically for that purpose, to keep people on the platform longer. They specifically distract you, get you hooked in so that you stay on there longer, right? But as much as people, like I said, will fight me, will be like, I can't do it. It's not my thing. Doing a planner, like it's, I don't want to do it. As soon as they start, and it does take a little bit, but like I said, if you partner it with something that you really like to do, so maybe it's drinking tea in the morning, maybe it's drinking coffee, maybe it's listening to a podcast, maybe it's even watching the news, and you partner it with something. So you have focused time that you are literally planning out your day every single day. You will not leave your day to circumstance. You will not leave your day to chance. And when distractions do come up, you know that you had a plan and you got the things done that you needed to get done first so that you can handle situations as they come up. And the more you learn to do this, the more you learn to manage the distractions that might come in, because you get, and I know this for myself, I get so into what I need to get done that when random things come up that I know are not that important, it's really easy for me to say, no, thank you for thinking of me, but I've got other things on my plate right now and I really can't do this. And I think the biggest thing about planning your day, planning your week, planning your month, which is part of a process that I have for what's called Small Steps, Big Impact, which is taking your goals, breaking them into small pieces so that you can achieve things. But I think the biggest thing that having a plan for your day does for you is it gives you clarity. It gives you clarity on what you're doing, what you need to do, what's most important, and what you need to get done so that you can show up in the best possible way that you can, being a leader, being a business owner, being a manager, whatever it is that you are in your business. It helps you to show up in the best possible way, because what is worse than you have an idea of what you want to do during the day and you get interrupted by somebody, and then the next thing you know, it's 4:00 and you were handling this thing that somebody wanted you to do and you did nothing that you wanted to do that day. And that process happens day after day after day until the end of the week. You're like, I didn't get any of this stuff done. And maybe if somebody else is looking for some things and you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't get it done, it's kind of like this trickle effect. And as I said, it is a process that does not really take that long. For me, it starts on Sunday, and everybody that I teach, it starts on Sunday. And it literally starts with pen and paper and brainstorming stuff out. And then putting things down that we know we have to do, the non-negotiables. I also plan out my morning routine. I plan out my evening routine, plan everything out. I have 2 puppies now. Got to take them on walks. But it teaches us how to prioritize. It teaches us how to take control of our time, take control of our future, take control of our life, so that we are living it by our terms. We are living it by our goals, our values, and not by what other people want from us. We are taking control over what we're capable of achieving and how quickly it's going to take us to get there, right? So again, it is one of the biggest things that I see so many people avoiding. They think they make a plan, but it's just a giant list. I've even seen people keep this giant list on receipt paper, which is crazy, or just on a notebook, and they can't figure out why they can't get anything done. And it ends up being, when you have something like that, I saw something about, you don't want to be a box checker. You don't want to be somebody who just likes to cross things off. You actually want to have intention behind what it is that you're doing so that you're connected to it. It aligns with what you want, with the vision that you have. And like I said, we have clarity on what's important and what's not important. And I have a new client that I started working with, and this was one of the biggest things. They were like, oh, we can't do this. There's no way. We don't like planners. But you gotta just take a step. Just take a step, because the more you do it, The more you practice it, the more you see how much time you actually save yourself and how much extra time you have during the day because you've planned your day, and how much better you feel because you're not on everybody else's agenda. You're on your own agenda. And you can get people to do the things that you need to get done, right? So I encourage you that if you're not creating a plan for your day, I encourage you to make that one of the number one habits that you commit to from now through the rest of the year. And you will be surprised as to how much you can get done. No matter what's going on out there in the world, you would be surprised as to how much you're able to accomplish in a very short period of time by simply taking control of your schedule, taking control of your future, taking control of your life, and focusing on what's important. So if you are unsure how to do this, which many, many people are, I encourage you to join me for my free training. It's all about the 3 keys to grow your business, no matter what is happening in the economy, no matter what's happening out there, even in the worst of times. You want to join me, you want to register to join me, because this is something that we are going to talk about and dig into a little bit, but we're going to dig into so much more. We're going to talk about the biggest mistakes people make and how you can avoid them. I'm going to give you these 3 keys and how you can start building them into your business, and a lot more. So I hope you can join me. The link will be in the comments below that you can register. You can join me live on Zoom or on this Facebook page. It's going to be a 3-part series. So the first one starts this Thursday, and then we're going to be Tuesday, September 1st, and then Thursday, September, 3rd. So next Thursday. So anyway, I hope you join me. And until then, don't forget, don't leave your day to chance. Create a plan for your day that helps you to get things done and achieve what you want to achieve. Clarity is power. It's like a superpower. So until then, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon.